Hello everyone. In this session we will study about another type of animal tissue. As I told you in the previous session that animal tissue is divided into four types, that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. And we have studied about the different types of epithelial tissue in the previous session, which is divided into squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, glandular epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and stratified epithelium. Today we are going to study about the connective tissue. And this connective tissue is divided into areolar connective tissue, fibrous connective tissue, adipose connective tissue, skeletal connective tissue, and vascular connective tissue. That means this connective tissue is divided into 5 types and then they are again subdivided. So as this topic of connective tissue is lengthy, so we will study it in parts. Today, we are going to study the first part of the connective tissue, that is areolar, fibrous, and adipose tissue. So in this session, I have divided this connective tissue into 3 parts, and today is the fourth A part of this connective tissue, that is areolar, fibrous, and this adipose tissue. Connective tissue, as the name, according to its name, you can understand connective. Connective means it connects something. So connective tissue is concerned with connecting the parts of the body. As such, it can connect a bone to a bone, a muscle to muscle, muscle to bones, bind the tissues and give support to the various parts of the body by performing a packing around organs so that they do not get displaced by the body movements. Now, as the name is concerned, connective tissue, it connects the different parts of the body. It connects a bone to bone, it connects muscle to the bones, and it gives support to various parts of the body as it performs a packing. That means it forms a packing around the body organs so that they are not displaced by the body movements. See children, when we pack anything, we pack in a way that the object does not move from its place. In this same way, this connective tissue also forms a packing around the body organs. The various kinds of connective tissue are as follows. So I told you that in this session we will study only about the 3 types of connective tissue. First is the areolar tissue. Nature. It consists of non-living brown substance called matrix. Non-living brown substance called matrix. Matrix is nothing children, but we can say it is a material which is present outside the cell. And this matrix has 2 components, that is fiber and ground substance. This matrix is made up of fibers and ground substance. Ground substance is nothing but it is a gel-like substance which fills the space outside the cell. So it consists of a non-living brown substance called matrix. The matrix contain white and yellow fibers. So white and yellow color fibers are also present in the matrix because the matrix is formed of fibers and ground substance. Scattered in matrix are several kinds of irregular cells which can engulf bacteria and prevent infection. In the matrix, you can see several irregular cells which are scattered in the matrix, and these cells, they engulf the bacteria and prevent the infection. You can see here the diagram of a areolar tissue. See, these are the fibers, and you can see this with the dotted. These are the matrix which are present in the tissue. These are the irregular cells, and these irregular cells, they contain the nucleus. So this is the diagram of a areolar tissue. Again, I will tell you, these are the fibers you can see, and matrix is made up of white and yellow fibers, and this is the ground substance which fills the tissue. These are the irregular cells with nucleus. Now, the location. It is found around muscles, blood vessels, and fill the spaces around the organs, that is packing tissue. So it is found around the muscles, blood vessels, and it fills the spaces around the organs, and that is why it is known as a packing tissue. So areolar tissue is also known as a packing tissue. Function. Binds the skin to the underlying parts. The function of this areolar tissue is to bind the skin with the underlying parts. Fights and destroy the bacteria, and also helps in the repair of tissues after injury and supports the internal organs. The main function is to destroy the bacteria and helps in the repair of the tissues which are injured, and also supports the internal organs. So this is all about the areolar tissue. It is also known as the packing tissue. Another kind of connective tissue is the fibrous connective tissue. It consists of tendons and ligaments. You have studied about tendons and ligaments in your previous classes. Now, fibrous tissue, connective tissue, it is divided into tendons and ligaments. Now, see, what are tendons? Tendons, it is made up of white fibers that join the muscle to the bones. See, tendons, they are made up of white fibers, and their main function is to join muscle to the bones. Ligaments, it is made up of yellow fibers and connects the bone to bone. See, the ligaments, they are made up of yellow fibers and they connect the bones to bones. So two differences you can see between tendons and ligaments. One is that tendon is made up of white fiber, and ligaments, they are made up of yellow fiber. Second main function is that the tendons, they join muscle to the bones, and the ligaments, they join or connects bone to a bone. So this is the difference also you can see between the tendons and the ligaments. The next type of tissue is the adipose tissue. Adipose, its nature. The cytoplasm of the oval or rounded adipose tissue cell is characterized by the presence of fat droplets. So these adipose tissues, they may be oval or round, and the cytoplasm of these oval or round cells, they contain fat droplets. That means fat is present in this. Location. Adipose means fat also. Location. It is found below the skin, between the internal organs, and also insulate the nerve fibers. So these adipose tissues, they are found below the skin. Below the skin means under the skin they are found. Between the internal organs they are found, and they also insulates the nerve fiber. So where you find the adipose tissue, they are found below the skin, and they contain the fat droplets. The function. The main function of adipose tissue is the storage of fat. Produces heat and keep the body warm. Now see here. Main function is to store the fat, and it produces heat. Since it stores the fat, its main function is to produce the heat, and these fat adipose tissue that does not allow the heat of our body to go out, and in this way they keep our body warm. You can see here the diagram of adipose tissue. See, these are the cells. This is the matrix. You can see nucleus is present. Inside the cell, cytoplasm is present, and see the oil globules are present, or we can see the fat droplets are present here in the cell. And this is the cell membrane. See again, these are the round and oval shaped cells which are found in the adipose tissue. All the cells, they contain nucleus, and this cell is surrounded by a cell membrane. Between the tissues, you can see matrix is present. Each cell has a fat globule or a fat droplet. Have you understood, children? So learn, keep on learning all these notes and write down the notes in your copy. Assignment will be sent to you after completing this chapter of tissue. So in the next session, we will study about the other kind of connective tissue. Thank you so much.